Ash Mufareh settles Onpassive fraud with SEC for $32 million. I am going to need all of the O founders to listen up because this is why your company will never ever run and Ash Mufareh will never be your CEO.
Karma's a bitch.
Queen of Karma.
Now, I already covered this and showed the documents on my stream the other night, but I do think it's important that we read through this because this article of Oz's really outlines what's going on here and what this means for Onpassive and its O-founders.
I'm telling you, it's not a good thing for you because you're causing so much damage for the company.
I need you to listen to this if you are in Onpassive. This is extremely important because this man is not allowed to run a company. However, he's telling you that he's about to start a new business and release more products. And right now, him doing that is against the law.
My name is Ash Mufareh, and I'm your friend.
Onpassive owner Ash Mufareh has settled fraud charges with the SEC for $32 million. He has also admitted to the crime. So he's admitted to the unregistered securities and he's admitted to the fraud and that this was a pyramid scheme. Under the terms of the Onpassive settlement, Mufareh is subject to an injunction that permanently prohibits him from. This is permanent, which means forever. He's not allowed to commit further violations of the Securities Exchange Act, defraud consumers, make untrue statements omitting material facts and misleading consumers, engage in fraudulent business practices through deception, and Ash Mufareh personally is not allowed to have anything to do with investments and securities. For 8 years from the date of the settlement, and it was settled actually on June 27th, exactly a year to the day since the Onpassive website and products ceased to exist, but it was filed yesterday on August 12th, so I do believe that it goes by the filing date. So I believe it's 8 years from yesterday when the judge signed off on it. So for 8 years from the date of the settlement, Mufareh is also prohibited from acting as an officer or director of an issuer of securities. On the money side of things, Mufareh is subject to $26.2 million in disgorgement, $1.2 million in prejudgment interest, and a $4 million civil penalty. The disgorgement amount represents what Mufareh and wife Asmahan, a named relief defendant, personally misappropriated through Onpassive. In light of the Onpassive settlement stripping Mufareh's wife of funds misappropriated through Onpassive, the SEC's claim of unjust enrichment against her was dismissed. With respect to victim restitution, the Onpassive settlement states, the Commission may propose a plan to distribute the fund subject to the court's approval.
What do you think you're going to benefit? You're going to get your funds like that?
Onpassive was an MLM pyramid scheme with securities elements that launched in late 2018. The original Onpassive ruse saw Mufareh, a former Telex-free Ponzi promoter, sell $25 to $500 matrix position purchases through GoFounders. The Onpassive ruse eventually morphed into a promise of riches tied to a perpetually delayed launch of copycat online services. Here's Ash Mufareh being asked when Onpassive will launch. Not a happy camper.
It's not good news for you.
Over time, Mufareh's promises to investors became more and more fantastical. In February 2022, Mufareh claimed Onpassive was working with the US government. In March 2022, Mufareh threatened anyone critical of Onpassive with criminal defamation.
We will terminate you without a notice. You're gone. No joke. We will terminate you.
A large number of Onpassive victims are believed to be Indian residents in the US and UK. Ringleaders like Richard Redfern, aka Red Redfern below, mostly targeted other middle-aged individuals. Look at that, Red. You're in an article as a predator. Isn't that great?
Of what Onpassive is, remains to be seen.
As of a few hours ago, Redfern, bottom right, is still publishing Onpassive marketing webinars to his YouTube YouTube channel because all these people that we reacted to the other day are insane. The SEC filed suit against Mufareh and wife Asmahan in August of 2023. The SEC alleges the Mufaras, through Onpassive, defrauded consumers out of $108 million. Vowing to defend the SEC's fraud allegations, Mufareh's immediate response was, "Only God can stop Onpassive. No one is yet born to have the ability to stop Onpassive. All right? Only God." Guess the SEC is God then. And no man and no woman are born yet to stop Onpassive because it is for the people. It is because of people. That is the only good hope that we have. Millions of people know who we are, what we do, and we're not ashamed of it. We are so proud of what we do. Are you? And we will continue doing it. We're not slowing down. Business is as usual. 2 years later to the month, here we are. Yes, actually, it's a little bit poetic because the SEC case began August of 2023 and it ended on August 12th of 2025. But is it over? It is over for Onpassive. It is over for Ash Mufareh. It is over for O-Founders. Except what Oz did not include in his article is that on Thursday, August 14th, apparently sometime in the afternoon, Ash Mufareh is coming to do a State of Union address, is what he called it. And apparently he's going to be announcing new information about his new company with his new products. And if he does that, I would like all of us to report him to the SEC. Because it is literally now against the law that he do that. I hope that on Thursday, Ash comes out here and he apologizes to everyone for ripping them off and running this pyramid scheme. And then he announces that he's shutting down operations and that everyone should go off and start living their lives for themselves instead of praising him. But I highly doubt that's going to happen. As we've been talking about, this has turned into a cult of personality surrounding Ash. And I fear that even without a business, Ash is still going to be able to have the influence over all of these O-Founders. And then it gets really scary. Like, what are we going to be heading into? What are we doing? You know, like, especially since it cannot be a business or an MLM, what are we going to be doing here? You know, I'm hoping to stream snipe it, so I will hopefully see you then. Tell me all of your thoughts down below. If you're confused, to sum it up, Ash Mufareh ran a pyramid scheme for 7 years that is now supposed to be shut down. He is not allowed to run another company for another 8 years, and he has to pay a bunch of the money back. And admitted that this was a fraud. What more would you have to hear to leave this thing? I ask myself as thousands of people will come into my comment sections under this very video. Tell me I am wrong. Say we're in it to win it, do or die. Only God can stop us, and etc. Which is why this thing is a cult. See you all in the next one. I love all your faces. Bye. Ash Mufareh settles Onpassive fraud with SEC for $32 million.
I'm telling you, it's not a good thing for you because you're causing so much damage for the company.
We will terminate you.
Queen of Karma.